So another shipment came in today, and my replacement desert drain for the xeriscaping area is here. Let's hope it looks good. There's definitely some brown spotting there. I don't know if that's okay or not. So this is a replacement from Fruitwood Nursery, former owners of Rolling River Nursery. So you can see here where this other one just rotted. I'm not going to let it rot where it is, but I'm going to put it beside of it just a few inches away, just not to spread rot or anything. All right, there we are. So far, no growth on these other ones. There's one there. There's a Desert Select. What was this one? Tricolor. Let's see. This is the desert apple. So yeah, we did what the instructions said, and it still could take a while before we get some roots or new pads coming up. But they're not rotted. That means they're still alive. This has been a hectic 2 days or so, just constantly working almost all day long. Yesterday I worked from basically morning to until we got the kids out of daycare. Got some cuttings there of a Wellington and a kokusa mulberry. Now I have tried kokusa twice I believe on grafted rootstock in the ground, and they died both times, so I want to do them in a pot. I did buy some hormone this time to try to help them root, and if it does okay in a pot, I'll use that rooted tree to try to grow them in the ground or whatever in the future. So far it does not look like my Illinois everbearing mulberries are looking very good. There's one there, that's like my thickest one, and it does not look good. I pulled another one out that already had started rotting. I pulled it out of the soil and used that pot. So I do not know why the Chiang Mai 60, see them leaves? I don't know why those three rooted, even the one that was just put in the ground, and these other like 6 or 10 or whatever I had in smaller pots and gallon-sized pots haven't, showed any signs of life. No clue, because it's just within a couple weeks of each other. The only thing I can think is the Chiang Mai was greener wood versus like more older brown wood. Maybe the greener wood in the summertime roots better. That's the only thing I can think of. That are two plugs from 2 types of roses that I got Natalie to try out. One of them is a shrub rose. One of them is a vining rose, I believe. One of them is like let's just look here. One of them is Living Easy Rose. The other is Sally Holmes Rose. I think one of them is a Floribunda or something. The other is, I don't know, just it's supposedly a really highly disease-resistant rose. We'll see how disease-resistant it is in Florida, because the southeast is bad, and these guys came from California where not as much humidity and I guess fungal issues. Got a lot of the like the mallow and hibiscus, little small seedlings, and some more papayas planted out, and some of the annual tithonias and the sunchokes, and a variety of things sort of planted around. I don't have all of them planted, although I do think I planted all the sunchokes, but there may be some tubers still in the pot that's going to potentially make more plants. So that'll be nice if that happens. If not, hopefully we have it, enough of them planted in different areas that we're going to get some more tubers and for more plants and stuff. But just for the heck of it, I got a few scion wood pieces to try to graft a few pawpaw varieties and a few persimmon varieties, and I only really had one seedling persimmon that is, in good condition enough to have a little bit of the scion wood. So I grafted onto that one, and it could be too late. We might be a month too late here for that. In Florida, they say you want to wait a little bit longer to achieve a more successful graft than normal, than in other areas. You want not just your buds to leaf out, but you want them to produce several like sets of leaves or something. And we're kind of in between that point and maybe a month ahead of the cutoff date for that. So maybe in March, April might be the best time to do it, or early March. But we're in June 1st now, and the only reason I tried it, it's a big experiment, and pawpaws may be a little bit different, but I had a time with the grafting tape, so I can't promise anything will come of all the grafts I've done. But we tried, and if we fail this year, I really need to get some more American persimmon rootstock. But actually I should go back and say that I put like 3 grafts on Asian persimmon. I'm assuming they should be compatible, because there's probably people that have multi-grafts. So the Fuyu, I think I've got the vanilla persimmon grafted onto it, and a gem. So the vanilla, I think, is a kaki persimmon, and the gem is an American persimmon. So on my good American persimmon rootstock, I put a gem on it. Again, the tape gave me hell, so I'm not sure if anything's going to come of it. I really need to get an assortment, a selection of American persimmon rootstock, because I can buy the grafting wood for $4 to $5, and that can do 2 to 3 grafts per piece they send you. So and if you're lucky, you can find a source of persimmon rootstock for like $5 or $8 a piece, versus paying $70 or $80 to have one 1 to 3 gallon size twig shipped to you online. Now you can still get the like the Fuyu and maybe Tananashi and a few of the others at Lowe's, Home Depot, your garden centers, and various nurseries. At least at a certain time of the year they get them. But if you go out to like vanilla, I've never seen that in any nursery or garden center. Never seen any grafted American persimmon at any nursery or garden center here in Florida. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I got my last major shipment of plants and plant materials. Of course, so I got all this stuff today from Fruitwood Nursery. As I said in the beginning of this video, they owed me for a dead cactus pad, a rotten one that was rotting when it came in. And I knew, based on dealing with them in the past when they were the owners of Rolling River Nursery, that they were going to do the right thing and take care of that. They offered to send me the pad like 2.5 weeks ago. I said no, it'll save on shipping if I just place another order in a couple weeks. And I did, and I said, okay, here's my order number, you can send this pad back, and a new one, and they did, no problem. Lastly, I'm just going to show you this pumpkin. So I said, in a previous video, it's been growing about 1 foot. So it was like up there, and it decided to go 1 foot this way, 1 foot that way. Now it's like another 3 or 4 foot up, and it's almost over the fence now. But it's got like 2 sets of, I guess, runners or whatever now, where it kind of veers off right there and comes this way. Then one here. Not seeing any flowers yet, but it's fixing to go in a pretty good sunlight right there once it goes up another 1 foot or 2, and who knows if it's going to come back down or overlap the fence, or if it's going to go that way or toward me. But, I mean, look how big these leaves are. Huge, and they get bigger as the vine gets longer. The leaves get bigger and bigger. All right, guys, take care.